Hi everyone, welcome to this principal update. So I'm going to try to keep it short and sharp. I really want you to get ready for the weekend. Make sure you really enjoy what's going to be a great weekend weather-wise, and do something fun. And now that we can sort of hang out with a few more people and do all those things, I hope you can make the most of it. I know I will. Really looking forward to this weekend. I'm going to start with birthdays. Firstly, it's Mr. Wierzbowski's birthday today, so happy birthday, Luke. I'm sure you'll have a great weekend. And just on Mr. Wierzbowski, just so the school community knows this, unfortunately, in a couple of weeks' time, so June the 5th, it will be Mr. Wierzbowski's last day at our school. He's got a great opportunity to move on to a position in another industry. Really, really exciting for him, but of course a loss to us. So if you're someone who's been connected with Mr. Wierzbowski over the years, please make sure you touch base with him and thank him and wish him all the best. We're really going to miss him. He's a great person and a great teacher. I'll just add to the birthdays. Archie Tribe, Evie Tabone, and Jude Farah have all had their birthdays this week. So happy birthday to those three. A bit of a smaller list this week. I'm going to move into some information about returning to school. Firstly, technology. So we've loaned out over 100 devices to assist with remote learning and ensure that you have the tools to make that happen. Our Prep to 2 students who will be returning to school on the 26th of May, we'd like you to return your devices that you've borrowed from school by Thursday the 21st of May. So that's the coming Thursday. It needs to be back in the bag that it came in. It needs to be recognisable that it's yours, that your name on it, that you're returning, so we can ensure we track that you've returned it. And that will allow us to get ready for the return to school on the 26th of May. Year 3 to 6 students, hold on to yours because you'll be doing remote learning until the 9th of June, so you'll need that. Some really other important dates, which are pupil-free days, that there will neither be remote learning or on-site learning. So 25th of May, 5th of June, and 23rd of June. Those 3 days are for different reasons. One is designated to prepare for the return to school, and the other 2 were days that we had already allocated at the start of the school year. And I'll fill you in a little bit more about those, but please lock in the dates. Return to school, 26th of May for the Prep to 2s, 9th of June for the Year 3 to 6s. In relation to the return to school, it's really important that you understand that as principal, I'm going to do the very, very best I can to make sure we are prepared for the return to school and that your children, our staff and our community are safe and they understand that we're putting many, many things into place to ensure safety of everybody. We have a rigorous cleaning program ready to go that will happen after school, and also spot cleaning during school, where our cleaners will do laps around the school, keep things tidy, keep things disinfected. So that's ready to go. We'll have really clear hygiene routines and product and soap and a sanitizer, cleaning products, and routines that the children will be going through, the staff will be going through, and any visitors, which will be kept to a minimum, will also have to adhere to. So I'm very, very confident that based on the information we're getting and the examples we're getting from the Chief Health Officer and that team, will be well drilled, ready to go for when the children start at school. We'll be staggering starts to minimise the number of people coming in and out of the school at the same time. We'll be adjusting play times. It's really, really important that you know that we're organised and prepared, and we'll be working really hard next week to keep adding value to what we've already got ready. So be confident that we're prepared. Being well is the most important thing, and parents and children, this is where you really come into play, and we need you the most. Parents, if your children are unwell, they're sniffly, have a little bit of a cough, something you normally would say, oh, it's just a cold, I'm going to send them to school. We want to minimise that. We want to be in a position where children who are at school, staff who are at school, that they're well. If you're unwell, even just a little bit, parents make the call to stay at home if you can, and keep track of sending healthy kids to school. If kids seem to show any symptoms or illness at school, we will monitor that. We may bring those students up to sick bay or another area away from others just to monitor whether they've got a cough, a runny nose, those sorts of things. And we may need to call on you to collect your children. And there's a very clear directive about that from the Chief Health Officer and all of the advice we're receiving. We just want to avoid having people who are unwell at school. I know there'll be different views from different people about whether this is the right decision or not. We're ready for it to happen, but I will accept and understand people taking different stances on what to do with their children. So attached to the Compass post, you'll find a form that gives you a chance to outline to me, if you choose to, what you're going to, if you decide to keep your child at home and what the reasons are. It's important that you know that when his school is back, we can't deliver both remote and on-site learning to our students. It's too difficult to do both of those things well. So parents, if you decide to keep your children at home and there isn't a valid reason, which is there is a health risk for your child, then we won't be able to provide both of those things. So please use the form and inform me of what's happening. So at least we've got a couple of weeks for, or less a couple of weeks for prep the two, but a couple of weeks for the 3 to 6s to work through that. And hopefully I can work with those parents who are worried and help you understand what we're doing to make sure your children are safe at school. Spoken about all the routines. I've spoken about the dates. Before and after school care will be back on the 26th. So if you do require that, please make sure you book in. Thanks for listening and taking the time to listen to these clips. I know this one's taken a while, but have a great weekend. And remember to communicate with me as much as you can. If you need to know or want to know anything, if you need me to clarify things, if you're worried, don't hesitate to contact me. I always want to encourage you to do that. I'm here if you need me, so please contact me and keep up to date with the info on Compass. Have a great weekend.